Good life, easy, baby. We're back.
Good life, easy.
What's
What
up,
up?
baby?
What's up, my guy?
What's up, man?
Bro, this
What's
week,
up? What
this week I heard the most amazing headline ever. Okay, so basically it said an Instagram influencer was kidnapped by the FBI with the help of the Dubai police.
Whoa.
So I was like, okay, let me look into this. Who's this Instagram influencer who's being kidnapped by the FBI from Dubai?
FBI kidnapping and Instagram influencer.
Exactly.
Damn.
So basically his name is Hush Puppy.
Correct.
Okay, and this is one of those news articles when you start reading into it, you go deeper and deeper and deeper, and it blows your fucking mind. Okay, so
the deeper you go, the harder it gets.
the harder it gets, bro. Listen to this. The man was caught with 40 million in cash,
Cash, baby.
$7 million worth of cars, like
Oh.
13, 14 cars, like Lambos, Rolls Royces, Ferraris, name it.
Bro, and
Maybachs.
$7 million in cars in Dubai. And
In
Dubai is known
Dubai.
to be like, you can buy supercars there easily, right?
Exactly.
No tax.
Bro.
7 million.
And you see his outfits and all, he only wears Louis Vuitton, Gucci, nothing else. His bag is only Louis Vuitton, nothing else. Okay? So I was like, what are these amounts? And then I look a little more deeper into it, and then they say that he's scammed total of $440 million.
Wow.
$440
That's
million.
half a billion.
Half a fucking billy, bro. And he has scammed 1.9 million people. Are you understanding?
So that's
Bro, then I was like, who the fuck is this guy, bro? 1 second, to scam 1.9 million people, it's a task.
Bro, 1.9 million people.
1.9 million people, $440 million. That's a lot of money. Big companies don't make all this money, bro. He's done it.
Instagram influencer.
He's done it quick. And you know what he calls himself? No? Real estate developer and
Yeah.
philanthropist.
Yeah. But
So
you know why he calls himself that? Na? There's a
Why?
whole after you finish about Hush Puppy, you'll get into that. We'll
Okay.
dissect that.
Okay, so this Hush Puppy basically, then I was like, okay, so what is the scam he does? Okay, so the scam he does is, it sounds very simple. Basically, it's called an email scam. Okay, so he just he hacks into an email account, redirects payment links
Got it.
to his bank.
Got it.
Right, so if you have to make me a payment, he will hack my account, send you an email saying that this is my new bank.
You got to transfer the funds here.
Bank ID. Please transfer the funds to this ID, and
Got
you'll be
it.
like, okay, because
It came from the same email ID.
you're trusting me. You've done
yeah.
business with me for
Yeah.
years. So you assume, okay, chalo, must be something, must be a new bank account. Why should I question him? So
Correct.
you just transfer the money, and the money goes into his account. So he's done this like a lot of times. He apparently scammed a law firm in New York for $900,000. A law firm in New York was scammed $900,000 by this guy.
Via this whole mailing system where
All he
you hack
did-
into the email ID
Rahul, all
and you
he did-
redirect funds.
All he did is hack into the email ID and send them a mail saying that,
Damn.
Rahul, please, instead of this
Just
bank,
transfer it to
please
here.
transfer to this bank.
Wow.
And $900,000, and he's scammed like $700,000 from somebody else, $900,000 from this New York law firm, individuals, women, single women, and whatnot.
That's change for him.
Bro, non-stop. And then I was like, okay, let's see how he got caught. So there's this crazy video on YouTube also of how he got caught. And
Bro,
You're
it's like
seeing
a
the
movie.
Versace.
It's like a movie.
it's like a movie, bro, 100%.
It's like an episode
It's like an episode, bro.
of Crime Story.
They have to make a documentary on this.
Of
bro.
course.
The basically scams were so big that the FBI used the help of Instagram, Snapchat, Apple. They all gave him email IDs and whatnot, whatever details they needed, because this guy was flaunting his wealth.
That's
And the
so
reason-
dumb.
And the reason FBI said that we found that he is the guy who's scamming is because on his one Instagram post, he said that thank you guys for your wishes on my birthday. It means a lot. And FBI found out that his birthday was on 11th October.
Oh.
Can you believe it?
There's another reason why he got caught. So basically what happened is, you know how these Instagram influencers that only talk about wealth, the only thing they have to flaunt,
Yeah.
the only way these influencers
Yeah.
get followers is by showing their wealth,
Correct.
like showing materialistic
Yeah.
items.
That was a big part of Instagram in the beginning, if you remember. The show
huge
off,
part, huge,
show off
huge,
influencers.
huge. So what happened is he posted like a story where he got a credit alert of 300k.
Huh.
Okay. Now that 300k screenshot had an email ID, which he forgot that it existed. So that email ID was tracked back to a lady in Houston, a 60-year-old lady he scammed in Houston
And he
for
posted it.
300k. That dummy posted it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So this Hush Puppy has done all this, bro. And apparently he scammed some COVID fund, which was used to buy ventilators. That is a lot of money.
30 million.
30 million.
30 million.
What are these figures?
That's one scam, huh?
Bro, this is the kind of money that people don't get to see in their lives. And he's just scamming and out of COVID fund, bro.
COVID fund, which is
COVID fund.
which is meant to be used to buy ventilators.
People are dying.
So you're like heartless, fam.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Fucking no conscience.
No conscious. There's another big fund that he got into, right? He made a massive chunk of his money through this unemployment fund, no? Yeah. So he was stealing stimulus checks of $1,200. That added up to around some absurd 50-60 million, and that's when the FBI got fucking curious. Like, how the fuck is the money going from here to Dubai or Nigeria or wherever the fuck he's located?
So the lawyer basically said, Hush Puppy's lawyer came out and said that, dude, this is a kidnapping.
Yeah.
FBI doesn't have jurisdiction in Dubai and they can't do this. There's no extradition
But
law.
that's true. That's
but
true.
listen, you know what the Dubai police did? They posted an email from the FBI thanking the Dubai police for the help. You know?
Collaboration.
So he's putting the Dubai police down by saying that they've done something unlawful and all of that. And the Dubai police is like, oh, we just got an email from FBI saying thank you.
But
Thank you for all the help.
That's crazy. That's but you're
Mental.
you're going to kidnap someone. Like
Mental, bro.
and let's think about it. Hush Puppy isn't even from UAE.
Yeah.
He shifted from Nigeria
He's
to
from
UAE.
Nigeria, yeah.
So he's not even a citizen of UAE.
He's not. No.
Eventually, what should have happened is that he should have been deported back to Nigeria, and from Nigeria, the FBI should have picked him up, right? But these guys directly went and kidnapped his ass.
And there is no extradition law from UAE to America.
And of course, as you know, whoever goes to whichever scammer goes back to Nigeria never leaves Nigeria.
Never leaves, bro. And the fact that you say this. So basically, Hush Puppy is a part of this big cultural thing in Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
He's a part of this clan called the Yahoo Boys.
Yahoo Boy.
He's a Yahoo Boy.
Yahoo Boy.
And Hush Puppy is the richest Yahoo Boy. So Yahoo Boys are basically these young Nigerian kids who start off scamming people, just trying internet scams and cyber scams and looting them off like thousands and millions of dollars. And now it's a big part of the country. It's huge. Like Nigeria is known for this. Yeah, you can say this.
If you think of Nigeria, you think of scams. Unfortunate, but that's the first thing that pops up in your head.
It's a fact.
Nigerians, unfortunately, are now related to scams because there's so many big scams that we get to know about coming out of there.
All the world's biggest scams, cyber scams, come out of Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's
biggest,
a fact.
Yeah. But talking about the culture.
Culture, bro.
Talking about the culture, bro. The culture of the Yahoo Boy culture is fucking crazy. It's the same thing that you said. The more you read about it, the harder it gets.
Yeah, bro.
You know, you're like, damn, this shit exists. In 2020. The Yahoo Boy culture is so crazy in Nigeria that the youth don't have an option now. Okay? So even if you're a smart teenager, even if you want to become a doctor, even if you want to become a scientist, it's very tough for you because the opportunities don't come about that easily in Nigeria. So what happens is that they look at, anyways, they're idolizing these people. The top Yahoo Boys are Hush Puppy and then Mr. Woodbury. There's this other guy who's called
But that's
Mr.
the
Wood.
Instagram culture only, bro.
So the Instagram culture is basically they are attracting the youth. Okay, you want to become a Yahoo Boy? Our doors are open.
Yeah.
Come, we'll train you. Everybody can eat on the table. You gotta do what we tell you to do.
So very inviting culture.
Very inviting. Everyone can become a Yahoo Boy. And that's what's happening in Nigeria because that's like a shortcut now.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
what happens is when you're growing up and you see that, okay, my friend who's my age is all of a sudden bought his own car, Lexus and a Range Rover or a Land Cruiser, whatnot. And how? There is no job. No job is paying.
And you know what, Devang, if you ever ask, if you see these videos of these Yahoo Boys where people ask them, how do you make so much money? How do you have a Ferrari? How do you have a goddamn mansion in Dubai, UAE? Their answers are so bad that they're scamming.
Yeah.
That this 100%. Shit just doesn't seem right.
Doesn't add up.
There's something fishy in this.
Doesn't add up. And bro, I honestly did not know about this whole Yahoo boy culture and Yahoo boy scene, and that there's a group like this and it's so big that there are literally thousands and thousands of kids who are coming out of like colleges and schools.
Bro, they are busting colleges and schools because they're running these Yahoo boy rackets in colleges.
Heavy.
So they are studying, but in their dorm, they're scamming.
बस पैसा बनाओ.
पैसा बनाओ.
ये क्या अभी पढ़ाई लिखाई?
देखो कॉलेज के बाद खाली डिग्री मिलने वाला है. जॉब का गारंटी है नहीं बॉस.
जॉब है ही नहीं ना.
जॉब है ही नहीं. So this is the way out, boss. You know.
Heavy.
And the quicker you start, bro, the more you learn.
Yeah.
You know, the better you'll get.
The more money you have, the more influence you have.
Exactly.
Then you can pay more cops.
Exactly.
You can pay more government.
And then again, the whole Yahoo boy culture is set up in such a way that not even the Yahoo boy culture, I would say Nigeria, unfortunately, is set up in such a way that, bro, Nigeria had to go so hard to bust these scammers that they formed a EFCC commission. Okay?
Just for this?
Just for this, bro. And they formed this EFCC commission just to bust Yahoo boys, okay? They formed a new law called 419, bro. The 419, it's a damn law. It's like if you breach 419, you're supposed to be put in jail. What is 419? What you said. Like advance payments.
Okay.
Advance payments. It's another type
Advance
of scam
payments, yeah.
where I ask you for an advance
All this
and
is
then
an
I'll
advance,
give you a lump sum amount.
Yeah.
So Nigerians are known a lot, like they're known for 419s, which is advance money scams. They are known to be the pioneers of that shit.
420 should have been the
Exactly.
number.
They missed it by 1. Yeah, 420.
419.
So abhi aise now they're saying that the EFCC commission is now run by Yahoo boys.
Heavy. So there's no stopping them.
There ain't no
stopping them. Kids are getting inspired because they're seeing that, oh my god, my friends, my cousins, my homies are making bank,
baby.
What am I doing out here studying and wanting a government job or a bank job? What's that going to get me? Which car am I going to buy in how many years? You know, when am I going to buy the house? When am I going to go to Dubai and sit in a Ferrari?
Bro, and the fucked up part is that they are so poor that they have to do it.
They have to do it.
They gotta do it.
Bro, as you said, that there are no opportunities.
There are no opportunities, bro.
There are no jobs, and the jobs that are available, there's like the pay is so less, and then
exactly
you're seeing that your best homie is killing it. He's going to nightclubs and pouring champagne.
That's the way they show their money, bro.
Yeah, and they all are show offs, whatever you say, bro.
Big time show offs. But bro, just make me understand this one thing, Deva. Okay, how can you show off stolen money,
bro? I don't get it.
Aren't you scared? Don't you have the nerves that, bro? I
just don't get it.
I don't know how to even say this because I'm so shocked. Like you're gonna steal out of a COVID fund and go and buy a Rolls Royce the next day, damn.
And all of them, bro. Rolls Royce is the one thing they post videos and images where the flooring is cash. They're standing and walking on cash, like how we do judo on mats.
Yeah,
they have a flooring of cash.
Oh,
okay. Like all 50 cent and all that, they have the cash phone.
They have like carpet.
They have like cash stacks.
Oh,
you
man.
know? I can't hold it. I need some help.
It's heavy, yo.
It's heavy. Yeah.
Yo.
Get some support.
They're counting money by the weight, basically.
Can you imagine, bro? And they're putting all this online. So everyone's going to question how you're making it. But bro, nobody's getting caught except this guy.
But you know what happened, right? So before this Hush Puppy got caught, there was another Yahoo boy that got caught.
Okay? Oh, he did?
He did. And so this is where I tie it back to that part where you said in his Instagram bio, he calls himself a real estate developer, right? So before his friend got caught and all the Yahoo boys were like, yo, shit's getting scary. You know, our Yahoo boys are getting caught. Before his Instagram bio said Gucci Master.
Gucci Master.
Yeah. So this is a different level of flexing, yo.
Bro, I saw one of his posts. You will not believe this, bro. His birthday. You know what he said? Starting off my day with sushi at Nobu in Monte Carlo.
Ooh, what?
Going in my private jet to get a facial at Dior, Paris.
Okay, so Monte Carlo, Paris. Okay, keep the jet running. All right.
Ending my day with champagne at Gucci. Gucci Master out.
So keep the jet running. Keep the jet running. Don't shut down the jet.
So samajh, bro. Just a few podcasts ago, we did a podcast on lottery winnings and how we would spend our lotteries, bro. You understand? And I asked you a question that what if you found 15 crores on the road and you said you would not take it because you're too scared.
Bro, I'm so happy.
And these guys are flexing it.
Bro, they're
scamming and flexing it.
We ain't no scammers, yo. You know, that's why we even if we find the money, we won't take it. We rather earn that.
So you're not about the easy money life?
Hell no, bro.
Damn, Rahul.
Easy money is like...
Damn, bro.
Whatever comes easy goes easy, dude.
And the name is also amazing, Yahoo Boys.
Yahoo Boys. And Yahoo Boys also why? Because of
Yahoo.com.
Of Yahoo.com.
Yeah.
That's where it all began.
So it began, the first scam they started doing was that I am a Nigerian prince. I have so much inheritance.
Love, romance.
Yeah. Would you like to, you know, please send money and then you will get all the inheritance.
The sad thing is that, unfortunately, the ones suffering the most out of this are the older generations, right?
Older generation?
Somebody like for love scams, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro.
The older get more affected than the younger.
Arey, of course.
So,
Bro, people have been duped out of their entire wealth.
shit.
You understand? People have taken out loans to pay Yahoo Boys because they think that, okay, if I invest a little bit out here, I'll get this. Or if I put my money with this, you know, I'm lucky enough to get this offer.
Oh.
You know? So greed, bro.
Greed. Do you think these Yahoo Boys are basically like... So this is a long game, right? If you start texting or emailing or having a conversation on the phone with somebody, it's a long game.
Long game.
It's a game of a month or 2 months to build the trust, confidence that other lady or the opposing party actually sends you that advance, right?
True.
But bro, that means you're telling me that they're one Yahoo Boy is scamming 10-15 people at a go.
Of course. Bro, they have a mission statement that if you start looting a vulnerable middle-aged lady, you don't stop with one scam, you stop when she's out of money. That's
What?
rule number 1.
So you take everything in a bank
Yeah,
account.
that's how you do it. Yahoo Boys teach you how to do it. They say that this is how you do it. You don't stop at one scam. You don't stop at one paycheck.
You take everything out of the
take
bank account. You
everything.
wipe it out.
And they have done it to... Bro, there are interviews on interviews on interviews of victims. Bro, people
it
have
must be
made
sad, huh?
people have made Instagram live saying that, please, I need my money back. Someone help me. You know,
Oh my.
my father's gonna do this and my mother's gonna do that to me, and I'm out of money, and my $24,000, my life savings. But I'm just thinking, why are you paying all this? Why? Like, what is this greed to make 3 times or 4 times or 20 times the money? Like, in 2020, with all the cyber security and everything online, where you know what hacking is and where you know that people are out there to get your money, still you're paying money.
And
For-
you're
in the name
aware
of
of
love?
Yeah. But it's very unfortunate, but people still get scammed, you know. It's I think it's a journey. It's a journey. Like, everyone goes through it eventually.
FBI put out a statement saying that in America, last decade, $1.7 billion.
Whoa.
Bro, $1.7
Whoa.
billion.
Just from in the last 10 years, huh?
Just from Nigeria.
Just from Nigeria.
Yeah. And you know,
Wow.
Australians are little nicer people, I guess, because they have paid $2.5 billion
Ooh, more than America.
in the last decade.
More than America.
Bro, these numbers shocked me, bro. I was just like not getting a hang of the story. I was like, wait, these simple kids from Nigeria, youngins, are making this kind of money scamming, and people like educated people, intelligent people
And giving it?
who have made money with hard work. The greed of making it double, triple,
Returns.
quadruple.
1000x. You know?
And you get an email, अरे तेरा ही नसीब चमका, हाँ तू ही लॉटरी
और
जीता,
तेरे को मालूम भी नहीं है कि तू लॉटरी में डाला.
तेरे ही प्यार में गिरी वो.
But make me understand one thing. Won't you realize, okay, you randomly get a lottery email. Your dumbass doesn't know that you didn't play a lottery. How did you get a mail? How come you won a lottery you didn't play?
Bro, this is a simple case of, bro, के प्यार और पैसे के मामले में आदमी बौखला जाता है, bro.
बौखला.
You
क्या
understand?
लाइन मारा है? क्या लाइन मारा है? Cheers.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's the greed. The greed gets to everybody.
It's just the easy way out, man. That's why, like,
I'm
that's
just
why
thinking-
I tie it back to that 50 lakh rupees. That's the easy way out, you know.
It's the easy way out.
On the road also.
50 lakhs or 15 crores.
15 crores, whatever, you know. 15 crores. That's the easy way out because I know one day it's going to bite my
It's
ass.
gonna bite your ass, bro.
Like it's biting these Yahoo boys. They're
Yeah,
chilling.
yeah.
They know it's... You think these guys know that eventually they'll get busted?
Yeah. I think they
You
know.
think
They're
they
very
do?
much ready for it, and they prepare their funds in advance. You know, put it in different places. See, when you have this much money, like now, Hush Puppy became so big, he stopped doing the romance scams. He was basically laundering money for big people then.
Correct,
so
correct,
his next deal was a laundering deal of $107 million.
Whoa.
You know, so he's in that level. So he does those kind of things.
When you make so much money, you go into that level, right? You step up.
And
you're in
then-
that level.
And you're sitting down and stepping up with those kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Because there might be a few guys who might be bigger than Hush Puppy.
Yeah.
So they are sitting on the same table. The big scammers are all sitting on the same table trying to scam more.
Bro, I don't understand. When you scam like this, I would die of paranoia and anxiety, bro.
Of course, anyone
It would kill me.
But would you go and buy a Rolls Royce the next day?
I was telling you that if I won a lottery, the right thing to do would be to save it. or to spend it.
Generational wealth.
I will
go
thinking
back to
about
the
it.
word you said, bro. I want to build generational wealth.
Exactly.
You know?
I was being a good Jew out there, bro, trying to save money and thinking that should I open a FD with my lottery winnings or should I go and buy a Ferrari? And out here, he's scamming people out of their ventilators and whatnot.
Life savings.
Life savings. And
Imagine.
buying Ferraris and whatnot, bro. $7 million worth of cars. What are these figures?
It's crazy. It's shocking. I want to say it's inspiring, but I can't.
It's
because
not
wrong.
inspiring, bro.
Because it's wrong. But I'm just trying to understand that this guy is so smart. Bro, you gotta admit it. That scammers are smart.
But why are they not smart enough to not put it on Instagram?
That's what I'm saying.
So they wanted to have it all. They wanted to have the
all.
money and the fame.
No, yeah, basically the fame now eventually. When you have the money gets boring because you can buy everything, you know? You can buy everything.
True that.
Bro, I can buy like 5 Rolls Royces if I want. I got the money.
True that.
But if I don't show it, do I need it? You know? If I can't show it off, what's the point of having it?
Yeah.
So then that fame overtakes money.
Yeah.
So you're going for fame more than money. And that's where you lose.
That's where you lose, bro.
That's where you
And
lose.
as you said, bro, it's become so big that the government is hand in hand, the police is hand in hand. They're getting kids. University kids are telling their friends, "Ke chal bhai,
Oh, there's a
tu paisa bana, ye sab chhod."
Devang, there's a Yahoo Boy school in Nigeria. I hope you know that.
There
are schools. There are schools that these Yahoo Boys are running. I'm not lying to you. There are schools. You can just go. It's a course. They'll teach you the basics of scamming. Okay. If you want, then you can join different clans or you can go out and venture out on your own.
Oh, okay. So I'll tell you now. The process of becoming a great Yahoo boy. Okay. So like, what else do they do? How are they? I understand romance scams, and in my mind, okay, my naive, dumb little mind was telling me that romance scams a few $100,000, like a few $100, a few $1,000, a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's good enough money for somebody, you know.
Of course.
But no, bro.
Of course.
All big money. Okay. So the first.
Huge money. Huge money, bro. Huge.
So step number 1 for a Yahoo boy, the initiation is always with a romance scam. It's very simple. What they do is, because of obviously Facebook, Instagram, and the help of all these social media apps, they target females, middle-aged females, divorced or vulnerable, or their husband travels a lot or has passed away or whatnot, from rich suburbs. You know, so not the elitist, the proper upper middle class. Who want to make a little extra money or want to fall in love or whatnot. So they target these women from all over the world. Polish women, American women, Indian women,
everyone,
Malaysia, Indonesia,
no
Australia.
discrimination.
No discrimination.
The Yahoo boys they don't discriminate.
No, you're saying discrimination. They say that we even scam Nigerians.
Oh,
yeah.
Take your own fucking nation down.
Now it's so advanced that basically what they do is they have apps where they can change the sound to a girl's sound. So
this is one of those
classic.
So what everyone has played around with that app.
So but played around is very different, and this is very different because what they do is, this one guy, he'll be like, I'm a middle-aged guy, I'm a pilot, or I'm a businessman, but my wife has cheated me and I'm alone right now. And basically talk. And then he'll ask his friend to use that app and talk as his mother.
Oh.
The female gets full trust in him. Okay. And then he'll be like, my mother's in the hospital. I need some money immediately. I'm traveling right now. I'm sending my brother to pick up the cash.
Oh my God.
So they do.
And an actual
like
guy
this.
goes?
Bro, this is how they dupe Nigerians, because Nigerians already know that what the concept of Yahoo
Nigeria will know because
so they say that it's extra tough to dupe Nigerians, and they do that, and then he sends some random guy to her house and he acts like the brother. And what they do to get trust is, now for example, if you're using an iPhone 7, he'll send you an iPhone 8.
Okay, so that's the initial investment. Initial investment, yeah.
And then
you have to do it, bro. You have to do it.
$10,000, $20,000.
So basically, you're like, no scammer will send me no iPhone.
Exactly.
So you'll be like, nah, that's no scammer.
Yeah.
That's my lover.
But I'm just
that's
thinking,
my future
bro,
husband.
chalo, these guys send you pictures. Okay, this is me. This is how I look, and this is my family or whatnot. But why can't you FaceTime?
Great question.
You should be able to.
Great question.
Like, or maybe middle-aged people are not into that FaceTime thing.
I think so. That's why, that's why the older fall harder, man. Because they don't know FaceTime. I'm guessing they don't. I'm sure a lot do, but most of them don't.
Or maybe they're like little insecure also to come on video.
Yeah, fair enough. But you're not insecure enough to give money, huh?
That's what I'm just thinking that what makes you give, like, you're so deep in love that you pay somebody, like, people fall in love but they don't need to pay for anything.
According to me, it's just that emotional support that you're provided with.
Yeah.
In the first few honeymoon weeks.
True.
And then you're like, no, now I already know that person so well.
True.
And that's how love is, right? Once you fall deep. And when you fall deep, you'll do anything.
You'll do anything, bro. And this is proof.
And for someone who's vulnerable, wants an opportunity, bro.
Yeah.
Wants to find love. So they'll do anything. And then you have to give it. The same thing goes for the young.
Yeah.
For the youth, bro. The youth, what does the youth want? What does a normal 16-year-old to a 22-year-old want?
They all want to be Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, their main objective in life is to make money.
Yeah.
And to make money quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the age where you realize, oh shit, I gotta look cool, bro.
This person is doing it at this age.
Yeah.
How is he doing it?
How is he doing it?
How does he have so many cars?
Yeah. And if you
how is he only wearing Louis Vuitton? Yeah. How is Virgil calling him to fucking Paris?
That's a crazy fact, bro. Hush Puppy got invited. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, Virgil Abloh flew him out because that man was dropping so much money at Louis Vuitton in Dubai that, bro, they flew him out to Paris, SS20. You'll see him. Yeah. If you see the video, you'll see him sitting front row.
Front row. God damn. Yeah. So the first initiation is with the romance scam. Then step number 2 is where they make the real bank. The millions. Okay, it's called the business scam. Okay, so the first is what Hush Puppy does, is the rerouting of emails. So they'll a trusted source, they'll hack at the right time. Correct. They'll see the conversations, and when the payment is to be made, they'll say that instead of making it on this account, make it on this account. Yeah. So that's one.
Yeah.
Now, as you said, the Yahoo boys have gone so big that they have a school. But did you know they also have an office building?
Okay, like so Yahoo boys office building.
Listen to this. So they have an office building in the city center where they say that when you go around the building, you can only hear generators because the Yahoo boys don't trust the government for internet or electricity.
Oh, so they build their own generators?
Yes. So they have generators running 24/7. Yahoo boys stay in the office building and work out of the office building. So the business scam is basically, they'll tell you, they'll make fake consignments. They'll send you emails that we have a parcel of 100,000 bottles of Black Label, which is stuck in customs. Would you like to pick it up?
Oh.
So then the other person would be like, it makes a good business decision because I'm sure people would, it's already established brand, might as well
easily sell it.
And obviously they'll give you reasons that this is stuck because this custom is not allowing us, and the person who was going to take it has gone bust or something.
Correct.
So then Rahul will be like, okay, I'll pick it up. So then I'll be like, Rahul, then please pay the custom duties of $40,000.
That's just the first amount that's going out.
That's the first amount.
Okay.
And then pay this clearance charges of another $50,000 or $80,000.
Then warehousing
charges.
Then transportation
charges.
Then packaging.
Exactly. So like that, they have duped companies, and in countries like Sweden and all, bro.
So everywhere, basically.
Everywhere.
The Nigerians are everywhere right now.
Everywhere, bro. And so what they do is, from this office building now, they have stamps. They have custom officer IDs. They have all documents with all legit information and letterheads and everything.
So basically, if anyone's asking for proof or information, they can quickly make it and send it out.
Set up.
Damn, that's like scamming heaven.
Ready, bro.
Scamming heaven.
Exactly, bro. Scamming heaven. My God, bro. Fuck. What is
shocking, intriguing, bro. It's like, god damn. I to keep thinking that, fuck, these guys are so smart. I'm still saying it. Scamming, if you are scamming $100 million.
No, you have to be smart.
You have to be smart. Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that you're not using your intelligence to do something right.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Or something good.
If these guys had to apply it in the right fields, bro, they would make it.
Bro, I'm telling you, they would kill it.
Yeah.
They would kill it. Firstly, they are duping educated people who have earned money.
Exactly.
Okay, and these guys are young guys. So if they use that kind of intellect and hard work and presence of mind into real life issues.
And are they the best texters in the game, bro? Like, dude.
That's another fact.
For you to like get a girl or like a lady to fall in love with you, in 2 weeks.
Not all
and
lady.
so like
Rahul, not all
ladies,
lady.
like women, men, everyone,
Yeah, ladies multiple.
and men,
Yeah.
to fall so deeply in love with you that they send you their life savings. Yo, you gotta be smart.
Yeah.
That's the definition of a hustler. Bad. Of course, it's bad. It's very bad.
Bro, but it's
It's very
evolved
bad.
to a point that they have a school, they have a university teaching you how to be a Yahoo boy. Then they have an office building, and it's a big office building where like hundreds and hundreds of Yahoo boys stay,
Facts.
and day in and day out they do scams. You know.
But
listen to
they-
this. One more thing. Now they have Yahoo boys on duty to travel across the world, Eastern Europe mainly, and just open bank accounts. Bro, I'm telling you, when I was reading through this, I was just like, bro, this is all a fucking lie. This sounds like a movie which is not made yet.
Wow.
They have people, not one person,
Bro, this is like-
just to
this
travel
is
and
like an
open bank accounts. Are you getting it?
Whoa.
For the millions.
Oh my god. So basically, you're telling me that this is like a whole. Is it like? Can we compare this to like a drug cartel? Because this is cocaine money. Like when we see narcos, this is narcos money. This is like money that you earn like drug dealing. So is this like a cartel of sorts? Or is this a very structured organization?
See, bro, I'll tell you why it works. Now, this is a good question because right now I thought about it. It's because they're not killing anybody.
True. So they're not actually attracting a lot of attention.
Yes. And I did not know about this until the time I read
That's
this
a
Hush
good
Puppy
point.
headline. Bro, Yahoo Boys is nothing new. It's nothing new. It's a very old thing, bro. I read about it.
Yahoo Boys is, bro, it's before we were born, I can say that.
And
I don't know how they were scamming, but they were scamming.
Bro, but I'm telling you, I realized about these Yahoo Boys and all this money and all these scams after I read the headlines. Like, I had no idea what if you ask me, bro, Yahoo Boys, you know.
No idea.
I knew that, of course, Nigerians are very famous for cyber scams.
You know how I realized this? So even I saw Hush Puppy and I was like, dude, this shit is crazy.
Crazy.
So I typed in Hush Puppy, okay?
Huh.
The first thing that came up is number 1 Yahoo Boy. So I was like, bro, must be some Nigerian sort of ranking or something that they do. You're the coolest cat in town or some shit like that.
Yeah, I thought the same
But
thing.
bro, I was like, okay, let me look more into Yahoo Boys. So then I opened the top 10 Yahoo Boy list, and bro, Hush Puppy's ranked at like 1 billion. Then there's this other guy, Mr. Woodbury, that's ranked at like 750.
Mr. Woodbury.
600, 750 million, and the list goes on. And so it kept going on, bro. It kept going on, and I think even the 10th ranked guy was like at some 200-300 million. Okay, so I was like, oh, must be something. Yahoo Boy must be a short form for entrepreneur
We are
in
talking
Nigeria.
about these amounts like millions, 100 millions and 600 million like it's a joke.
And then I realized that Yahoo Boys, that's how I was saying the culture is so big there that they are idolized.
Oh, yeah.
Idolized as in like, there is a, if you go on Twitter or Instagram and you type the hashtag free Hush Puppy, there'll be over 10,000 posts.
Oh, that's a
The
shame.
youth are saying that Hush Puppy has done nothing wrong. The Yahoo Boys are doing nothing wrong because they are bringing in money to the Nigerian economy.
Yeah, that's why the government doesn't have a problem
You
with
know,
it.
that's why I wanted to ask you, do you think that the government knows, of course the government knows about it, but they don't want to do anything about it?
See, bro, the government knows about it and they are acting like they are working on it and trying to solve this issue. It's clearly a pretend because they're not doing anything about it. Because these guys are literally showing off their wealth. Like I'm telling you, they made a carpet out of cash. So the government is shush about it because, as you said, they're bringing in the money and the government knows right now we need that kind of foreign exchange in our country.
Of course.
You know, so might as well. So I think it's hand in hand, as you said, you know.
And I think that the way the government also must be set up is that when a Yahoo Boy becomes so big, like when you're worth 500, 600 million, you can easily become like a politician. Right?
Bro, that's the next step.
Right, that's the next step.
So after business,
that's your way of now knowing that you'll never get caught.
You said it, bro. First step is romance scam. Second step is the business scams. And the third step is to become legit.
Basic
Government.
Yeah, fam. That's what
So
I'm
you said
saying.
it.
Because when you reach that level where you're like, dude, I'm okay with 500 mil. Okay?
That's the best line I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
I'm okay with 500
I'm
mil.
okay. I'm not. I can make a billy or two, but I'm okay.
I'm okay
Let me
with
go
500
back to
mil.
Nigeria and clean slate, baby. You know.
And then act like I'm helping out the poor and whatnot. Fucking scams, bro.
But I'm sure
Scams.
Nigeria is such a wonderful country. The youth, they're so smart.
Bro, that
But
is unfortunate.
very unfortunate that a country like Nigeria is known for scams.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure that is just 1% or 2%, or even lesser. But the whole country has to face that backlash.
Yeah, of course.
You know. Oh, by the way, countries are now becoming very strict with letting Nigerians into their country, bro.
I don't know about
after this whole hush puppy incident happened, right? Dubai and UAE have put a law, bro, that you can only come to Dubai if you're above the age of 40, and if you're below the age of,
Are you mad?
bro, check it.
Bro, I know so many Indians who go there, bro.
Nigeria, I'm talking about
Oh, only
Nigerians. Only
Nigerians?
Nigerians.
So are you telling
So
me?
Nigerians,
Wait,
if you're a young Nigerian, it's going to be a problem for you to go to UAE now.
Wait. Are you serious?
100%.
Are you telling me that UAE has said it officially
Officially,
that a young Nigerian person cannot come to
officially,
Dubai?
they have put so many restrictions after this hush puppy incident. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Bro, I did not know about
It's
this.
crazy. Of course they're going to do it, man. Of course. You don't
Bro,
want
one second. You just said that Dubai is saying that no young Nigerians
no
come
young
to our country.
Nigerians allowed to in Dubai. So you know how
That's so
that's
bad.
crazy, bro. That's crazy. And imagine how many people have to suffer because
Imagine
of
for
that.
the hard-working Nigerian people who have a business opportunity in Dubai.
Exactly.
You know, because Dubai is
These are problems.
Yeah. God damn, bro. Fucking intense, bro.
So there are 2 countries where Yahoo Boy set base. Okay. Eventually you will get bored of Nigeria, right? You have millions, bro. You want to spend it. You want to have a good life. So the number one place that Yahoo Boys from Nigeria, they first fly out to Malaysia.
Malaysia.
So Malaysia has also been known to have an home a lot of Yahoo Boys.
Yeah, I know this.
You know?
Yeah.
Then they get bored of Malaysia.
Dubai.
They're like, abhi Malaysia, we took over the scene, idhar 2-3 ghar kharid liya. Now we'll go to Dubai.
Because what happens is Dubai na, bro, you can blend in with having 10 supercars. Because a lot of other people have this.
Yeah,
So
it's
You don't really stand out as compared to how you would in a country like Malaysia
exactly.
or Indonesia or India or whatever, you know.
And you get bored of competing with Malaysians. So then you're like, dude, level up.
Level
Dubai,
up, bro.
baby, Dubai.
And Dubai has all the brands and all the shows,
Of
all
course.
the hotels. He got caught from the Versace hotel, huh, bro.
Palazzo.
Palazzo.
Damn. Had so much money, was living in the damn hotel, bro.
Facts, bro.
You know. But it had to happen. Like, you were so dumb that you were flexing stolen money. You thought that the FBI
Smart
wasn't-
enough to scam, but dumb enough to put it on Instagram.
Yeah. That, my God, bro, it's so sad. It's so sad that you let fame overtake your
But I'm
pleasure
just saying
for money.
karma, bro. Fuck him.
Yeah,
These
fuck him.
looted people,
Fuck
bro.
him.
He deserves
but
it.
Devang, you know, na, they're saying that because of this whole FBI fuck up, that he might walk free.
I hope to God he doesn't.
Of course not, because they're saying
If he is guilty.
that his lawyer is going to put it up in such a way that the FBI kidnapped
Yeah.
my client, and that's wrong,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah, so
he's
that-
not, basically you were telling me that he's an influencer, and what's his way of his lawyer backing
So
him
the
up?
lawyer is saying that basically my client is an influencer. He's an Instagram influencer. And what Instagram influencers do is get paid by brands. That's all. So my client is just being paid by brands. He's not doing anything wrong. Yes. So
So brands are going to pay
the
millions.
lawyer said in court that if my daughter would see this gentleman, she would already understand that he's getting paid by brands to wear the
Yo,
clothes.
I don't know no brand that's going to pay you up to 440 million.
Because Rolls Royce is out there saying that please promote my car and put it on Instagram with a few nice pictures. We'll give you
a car.
Rolls Royce you want na?
Asha, take it,
ले
take it,
यार,
take it.
क्या है? तू खाली promote कर.
Take the top of the line one.
Top of the
line.
Yes.
Huh? Okay.
And then Louis Vuitton will tell you, okay, your night suit also we'll make. But please promote our brand, the biggest brand in the world. Please help us promote
Bro,
it.
Gucci, oh fuck, this is an interesting one, bro. Gucci, apparently I saw this Hush Puppy's Instagram profile. Amazing. I would recommend everyone to go and see the profile. 101 motivation, guys. Every morning wake up.
Philanthropist.
Yo, this is that. These are those Instagram influencers that only show their wealth. You know?
Yeah.
They don't have anything other than
They
that.
don't have anything else.
So basically, he posted a picture of Gucci sending him flowers, get well soon. कि इतना धंधा दे रहा है Gucci को कि they are sending him get well soon flowers. How are they finding out man is sick?
Bro, I can only imagine how many stacks he must be dropping in the Dubai mall. You understand?
He's running the mall out.
He's running the mall, bro. He's running the mall.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Another question. Are you ready for
I'm
this?
shocked, bro. I'm just shocked right
Okay.
now. Yeah. Go ahead.
Who do you think are the Indian Yahoo boys Socho.
Indian Yahoo Boys are, of course, the popular show Jamtara.
Yes.
So the Jamtara boys are the Yahoo Boys.
Yes.
There's
You got it right.
the story also of Jamtara is amazing.
Crazy.
Very good show.
I did not know about it until the show came out again.
Amazing show.
Yeah.
Amazing show. But it's deeper than the show. Goes
Yeah.
deeper than the show.
It's a reality.
It's a reality. It's a reality, and we know it's happening. And
Yes, sir.
we know that Indians out here, Indians are scamming Indians, right?
Have you not got calls?
I've got SMSs,
Regular.
calls. I've been spammed.
Lottery, credit card, आपके points खत्म हो रहे.
सर आपका क्रेडिट कार्ड नंबर बताओ ना.
हाँ.
आपका क्रेडिट कार्ड नंबर किससे स्टार्ट होता
Pre-holiday
है?
in Goa.
हाँ. आप कंफर्म कर सकते हो आपका क्रेडिट कार्ड नंबर. So the Jamtara boys are known to be the
Indian
according
Yahoo
to me
boys.
they are the Indian Yahoo boys, because the whole story also of Jamtara is very crazy, bro. Now, bro, a small town. We've not even. Did you even know about Jamtara
I
before
did not
the show?
know that a town was called Jamtara that existed in India until the Netflix show came out.
Exactly. So now here is the question: how did Jamtara, a town that nobody knows about, become the capital of cyber scams?
Yes, sir.
It's crazy. Now, this
crazy.
is what people say, yeah? They say that there was one guy who ventured out of Jamtara, went to a big city and found his way to all these fraudulent activities.
Okay.
He learned everything about scamming, made money. That one guy went back to his Gao, what they call Gao, Jamtara.
It is a Gao.
And he taught everyone how
No
to
way,
scam. Bro, he taught everyone. He said, boys, I found the way out.
Oh, I did not know this.
This is the way out. One guy goes to a big city, finds out how to scam, goes back to his Gao, teaches everyone how to
No
scam.
wonder, bro. This makes sense.
Bro, how else will Jamtara become so big?
Yeah, no wonder. It makes sense. I did not know about this. I didn't know that the one guy started this whole credit card scam and lottery scam in
Imagine.
Jamtara.
Because
It makes so much sense. Why Jamtara?
Why Jamtara?
Yeah.
Why out of... Bro, I can... If you tell me Mumbai, I won't even think twice. I know.
Bro, I know for a fact everyone with a cell phone is intelligent in India, bro. All the youth of India is fucking smart, bro. Is fucking smart. If they apply their brain, bro, they can go places.
Of course.
You know?
And that's the same thing that... What's the Yahoo...
So-
bro, this is why I tied back to the Yahoo boy culture.
Bro,
one
that
guy
is
went...
exactly Yahoo boy. If you're saying if
Exactly.
one guy went
Yeah, one guy went.
and taught
yeah.
the whole village
The whole
how to
village.
scam, so that means
That's the
that
culture?
it's 100% the Indian Yahoo boys.
Yahoo boys, bro. That's the Indian Yahoo boy culture, bro. That's how it began. Because he could be like a one-off, bro. He would have been a greedy guy and just been like, nah, man, I'm making my money. I know how to scam. I'm going to do it myself. This guy went back to his village, taught his village, said, everyone make money.
Everyone make money.
Everyone make money.
Because Yahoo boys are known
Yeah.
that they are not selfish. They involve everybody in this scam.
Yeah,
More the merrier.
More the merrier.
It's
man.
good.
More
The
the
world
merrier.
is a big place.
Yeah.
Lot of single ladies out there waiting to get scammed. Come on, boys.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Come to the office.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Go
Use our services.
What do you want?
What do you
Bro,
want?
it became so bad that the cyber police had to set up their headquarters in Jamtara.
Hard.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Where, bro,
They showed in the docu.
imagine.
Yeah.
That's
Drama.
hard, bro.
Yeah.
Now that is hard. So that's
Super
but
hard.
Devang, I would say that is only one scam that we know that's happening in India.
Yeah. True that.
You know, we know, but there are way too many
Too many,
scams.
too many.
They say that the most spam calls you get is from Noida.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are which city has the most Nigerians? Noida. Noida is home to the most Nigerians.
No, bro.
Bro, check it. I'm telling you, check it.
But
Noida, bro, you'll see, bro. The number one place where you get spam and scam calls is Noida.
I am telling you, I have got regular calls from SBI when I don't have an SBI credit
course.
card, saying that give us your details and whatnot. And it's from Noida only because I check on Truecaller.
Noida, bro, is big.
But it's not a Nigerian
bro,
person
I'm
talking, bro.
telling you, it's run by these Nigerians. They've invented this shit.
Bro,
yeah.
I can hear the accent. It's a lady talking or it's a guy talking.
They are saying that Nigerians are based out of Noida. The scammer Nigerians.
So you're saying the Nigerians have now come to India and teaching Indians?
Of course, bro.
Are you sure?
Of course, bro.
But I don't know that the most amount of Nigerians are in Noida. I
Of
don't know if that's a
course.
fact.
It's a fact.
Oh,
It's
heavy.
a fact. It's a fact.
That's a fact.
Because you know, you know that you get these Noida calls and directly Truecaller spams it out.
Spams it out.
Noida. I keep remembering this place, Noida.
But the accent is Indian, bro. I'll tell you that. So they're teaching people. They are not calling.
They're teaching.
I've not got calls from any Nigerian person with a Nigerian
No, not
accent.
Nigerian. I'm not saying Nigerian, but these Nigerians are running
the show.
These rackets. You know?
God damn.
Yeah, so that's one scam that we know about, bro.
So if the Jamtara boys are the Yahoo boys of India, who's the Hush Puppy of India?
Hush Puppy is number one Yahoo
Number boy one kaun hai?
If he's the number one Yahoo boy, who's the number one scammer of India? Right?
Now to there are many.
Now there are many, but there's only one that pops up in my mind, bro. It's Mr. Modi, and by Mr. Modi, I mean Nirav Modi.
NM.
And that's a fact. That's
Nirav
a fact.
Modi,
That was big, bro. Like for you to shut down a bank, bro.
See, Hush Puppy had to make all these calls and send all these emails and hack all these accounts to do all this fraud.
It's a long process.
10 saal usko laga, bro.
It's a long process. You can either make $1,000 or $0, but you'll give 1-2 months of your time.
500, 450 million, 500 million in 8-10 years. अपना नीरव मोदी ब्रो काय को मेहनत करने का ब्रो पूरे बैंक को लूट लिया ब्रो
Daylight robbery, bro. Daylight में
11,000 crore.
Bro,
Shows, are you understanding, bro? Fuck. The man, you are right, bro. He's absolutely the Indian Hush Puppy. The fucker has looted a whole bank. Hush Puppy had to do all this work and fucking scam all these charities and NGOs and COVID schemes and whatnot.
Bro, isn't that modern day bank robbery? What is it? What is modern day bank robbery?
Bro, he looted the whole bank.
Yeah, modern day bank robbery. Basically, you take money and then eventually you say, no, I'm not going to give it back.
But what is the amount? 11,000 crores. That's amazing, bro. These are like huge numbers.
But if you look at it,
all poor people, bro. All people whose hard-earned money is in the bank. It's gone. Who suffers? It's you and me, bro.
It's just another type of a scam. It's just another type of a scam. But if you look at it, even Nirav Modi had a eccentric lifestyle.
Eccentric? Listen to this, bruh. Hush Puppy got caught and kidnapped by the FBI. Nirav Modi is in London chilling. You understand? Wearing a $40,000-$50,000 ostrich leather jacket and whatnot.
Bro, I was shocked when I found that out.
You understand?
You're going to wear a 40 lakh rupee jacket, homie? That's flexing.
But I'll tell you one more thing, bro. With this Nirav Modi thing, bro. I called it a while back. I called it a while back, bro. It's very simple. I thought about it. Okay, all of a sudden, normally, if you just logically think a company or a brand takes a few years to establish themselves, then they come on billboards and ads and TV ads and whatnot. And
then you have these...
Then TV ads with celebrities like Priyanka Chopra,
Rosie
Siddharth
Huntington.
Malhotra, Rosie Huntington, all these people. So he has stores in Singapore and Hong Kong and London and New York and where else.
And the best locations.
And I'm like, dude, 5 years ago, not 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, like Tanishq and all these brands.
Old school.
TBZ, they took years and years and years.
And suddenly,
now they've built this brand name and now they come up and have these stores and have this name and this brand value, the goodwill. And Nirav Modi, it's not been 5 years and all of a sudden I'm seeing hoardings all over Bombay.
Yeah,
TV ads.
Bro, I completely remember Nirav Modi took over all the billboards in Bombay.
The most expensive billboards he took over. Okay.
All of them.
His stores were designed by like a Spanish architect and whatnot. So I was just thinking that how? Because once again,
there was something fishy according to you.
There was something fishy because he's in the business of selling jewelry. The entire jewelry market is at its all-time low in India.
Correct. And
the whole jewelry diamond market is at its all-time low in India. And why everyone is complaining and he's the only one fucking minting money? Something is off. And I think the whole diamond market knew that something is off. Everybody involved in a similar business absolutely knew. But I also thought that something is fishy, bro. Because no company has ever come up like this, bro.
And so quick.
2 years.
So quick.
Just a year ago, 2 years ago, you don't know the person. And all of a sudden, every magazine is calling him the India's jewelry billionaire and all of that.
That's crazy.
So the man definitely the Indian Hush Puppy.
Yeah, but man's living free, Dave.
Fuck him, bro. He'll be caught and he'll be extradited to India, bro.
Man's living free, Bro, I had a question.
Man's gotta go to jail.
I had a question that just popped up in my mind, bro. Do you think, that how Nigeria is now getting to be known as the Yahoo boy culture, India, since the past few years, we have seen some big bank scams.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know, and we are seeing these big bank scams, and it's happening, and we don't even know about it. Okay, are Indians specializing in this sort of scam? Because it's a scam, Devang.
It's a scam, definitely.
And you're seeing a lot of people, like we've seen Vijay Mallya.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen Nirav Modi.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen Mehul Choksi.
Yeah.
So there are these guys, and now we know there are many more that are coming.
But again,
And it just doesn't seem to stop.
I'll tell you.
You know,
so you and me look at it and we call it a scam because we can see through and through it. But obviously, them, like their reply is very standard. Oh, this is how we run a business. It's run on debt. What's the big deal? You know?
So it's no big deal for them.
What are you talking about? Nirav Modi is taking all this loan from the bank, using it for branding, advertising, making the best jewelry, making the best stores, creating the brand value. Eventually, the brand value becomes so big, he sells off a part of the brand.
And then he pays
repays.
back.
Wow, how is it a scam?
Oh.
Are you fool? You don't know business.
If this is business, I don't want to know it.
You don't know business, Rahul. So this is what Nirav Modi
But you're
is.
telling me banks, but now, of course, banks, Devang, must have put restrictions. Come on.
Restrictions?
Big time restrictions.
See, bro.
For you, for a diamond, of course, this was in the diamond industry, right? So now you're telling me that if a diamond trader goes to a bank and asks him for a loan, the bank is going to think twice now.
Think twice, bro. It's unfortunate reality of life that all these scammers take the money, run away, and then people who with a good intent want to start a business,
Can't.
work hard, make money, grow their business, they can't, and now they have to go through the extra struggle of making more documents and having more liabilities and assets on the thing
True.
to take a loan.
True.
So the struggle to take a loan has just increased for the person who wants to work hard.
Correct. Who wants to do it right?
So
Who wants to
basically-
pay back the bank?
Yes. So fuck all these scams and all, bro. Now.
Yeah, bro. Fuck
Let's-
that shit, man.
Let's
Fuck
get to
that
some
shit.
positivity.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you some good news,
Let's
bro.
do it.
So anyone who's into fighting, boxing, MMA, it's a
Great.
good year. 2020 has been negative for half of the year, but a little positive has come out.
Love
that
it.
the best fights are going to come at the end
Love
of the year.
it.
What do you think about Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., bro?
Incredible.
Question number 1, Rahul. Are you ready?
Incredible.
Everyone, the whole world, whether you like boxing, whether you don't like boxing, everyone's a fan of Mike Tyson. Everybody knows
Biggest-
Mike Tyson.
Bro, he's everyone's favorite.
Everyone has seen his YouTube videos.
Everyone's favorite.
But today, our generation is got the opportunity to see a live Mike
We've
Tyson
never
fight.
seen Mike Tyson live, Dave, but we speak about him like we've
Yeah.
seen him live.
So that's
So it's a
I'm
fucking-
excited for that.
Bro, it's a God is gifting it to you.
Yes.
This fight is like, okay, guys, I fucked you guys up in 2020. I hit you guys with COVID. I hit you guys with recession. I hit you guys with a lot of shit. Mike Tyson is coming back. You know?
And the best part about it is it's not a Chana Chor Garam fight, bro. It's a legit
Actual fight.
Roy Jones Jr., bro. The man's a legend. The man's an artist. You understand? Pure boxer, bro. It's a crazy bout.
Crazy fight.
8 rounds. It's not some 3
So it's
round.
an actual fight, are they?
It's not some 3 round friendly. It's a 8 round bout. I don't think they're gonna knock each other out because of their age. I think that's the discussion they've had. But regardless,
But they're going to fight, bro. Mike is going to fight.
I'm just excited firstly that our generation is gonna get to see a live Mike Tyson fight.
Bro, and a live Mike Tyson at 59? Is he 59? 54. A 54-year-old Mike Tyson coming out of retirement.
And Roy is
Dude.
Mr. Roy is
I
51.
wish Muhammad Ali came out of retirement, to fight. But
Can you imagine?
that's the closest.
Bro, Mike Tyson was so big during his era that I remember my father, who does not know anything about boxing, doesn't care about boxing. He and his friends would watch Mike Tyson fights like they were fans. So it was big.
Do you think that this is the same era that's passed on to me and you with Floyd Mayweather? Of course, that was of course, I'm just saying that's how it starts, right? When you become bigger than the
boxing during
sport.
the era of Mike Tyson, with the kind of legends that were playing the sport, was very different.
Of course, a lot of competition.
And when Floyd was there was only Oscar De La Hoya,
Yeah.
and Manny Pacquiao.
But that's that. You need that one character to get you into the sport.
Yeah,
you
true
know?
that.
That one.
So are you excited, Rahul?
I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited.
Are you gonna pay?
So I'll be honest with you.
view?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I know everything about Mike Tyson. I've done my research about Mike Tyson, but I don't know much about Roy Jones Jr. Okay, I know everything about Mike Tyson. I don't know much about Roy Jones Jr. I know that he's a top fighter and he's currently a trainer. and his punches are fucking wild.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my question: who do you think is going to win the fight?
According to me, bro, I have to root for Mike Tyson, bro, because I've seen his videos. He's looking like an animal. The guy who's holding his pads, I feel bad for him. You
True
know?
that. True
And
that.
and come on, man, come on. Even though Roy Jones Jr. is great and he might win, I'm always gonna go for Mike Tyson because we
He's
relate
Mike
to him,
Tyson.
bro.
Yeah, true that. But I'll tell
And
you
it's so
something.
crazy that we've not even seen him
Yeah.
fight.
Of course, his videos are crazy because he's a crazy character.
Hmm.
Roy Jones Jr. is not an eccentric, crazy animal like Mike Tyson. But I'll tell you one thing,
Hmm.
bro. He is a boxer. He's an artist.
Of course,
You
bro. If
understand?
he's going up
He
against
knows
Mike.
the art of boxing.
Hmm.
His last fight
Hmm.
was in 2018.
Oh, what? What's his age?
He's 51.
Oh, so he fought Reese. Oh,
Bro, he's too good.
So this is where it changes.
Bro, his style of boxing is precision, defense. You know, the artistic approach to fighting. And obviously,
Mike will go in for the first round kill.
Mike Tyson is fun because he goes in, you know, he goes into just murder.
Correct.
But Roy
Correct.
Jones Jr. is an artist. He
Correct.
plays around, dances around the ring, you know, sees the opponent, waits for the counter.
So are you saying
So,
that? Are you saying?
I'm not gonna.
Are you saying that if Roy Jones Jr. takes it
My
to the
prediction.
6th or 7th round, will be his?
My prediction: if Mike Tyson doesn't end it in the first 2 rounds or the first 3 rounds, Roy Jones is winning the fight by decision because Mike Tyson won't have the gas.
And now he's been. Now, of course, we know about the Tyson Ranch.
Man's a smoker, bro. He
Smoker,
smokes
bro.
$20,000 worth of weed a month.
Oh my god.
That does something to your lungs, you know.
But all I'm saying is that it's helping him, bro. He's become. I've been seeing his videos, and he's just a happy guy now. Like, he's just so happy, and he's crying.
However happy you say, na, bro, he's gonna cry after the fight.
Yeah, he's gonna cry. He is definitely
Because
gonna
he's,
cry.
however happy he is, na, bro, he's that emotional also.
He's too emotional. Bro, have you seen his videos? Whenever I've seen an interview of Mike Tyson and there's Muhammad Ali involved, bro, that guy chokes.
Bro, he chokes.
Like he chokes.
cries literally.
And that's pure emotion.
Yeah, pure emotion.
That's pure
bro.
emotion,
Yeah,
you know?
like you want to, you're also like impressed, like, wow, man.
You know? And you know it's
This
real,
is
bro.
love.
It's real. And when you see a fighter like a killer like Mike cry, bro.
Cry, exactly.
Killers don't cry, bro.
But there's power in being vulnerable. That's what Mike
100%.
Tyson taught me.
100%. They 100%, bro.
So yeah, bro. So I'm not gonna
So
count.
who's your pick?
As I said, if the fight goes more than 3 rounds,
That ain't no pick, bro. Pick like a
Roy
pick.
Jones.
Fam. Don't give me these sly answers. Pick.
I want Mike Tyson to
No,
knock
pick.
him out.
Pick. You
Oh, so
don't-
I can't be politically correct.
Don't give me no explanation. I don't want no explanation after 2 rounds, Mike. After 6, pick.
Roy Jones Jr. by decision.
Oh, I think you're probably the only guy that's going to say that.
But I want Mike Tyson to knock him out.
Knock him out, huh?
Yeah. Like I want the fight. I just feel that this is how it's going to play out.
And it's a charity, like it's a charity fight, right?
It's a charity fight. And the undercard is Jake Paul versus Nate
Robinson, bro.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm rooting for Nate Robinson, of course.
Bro.
Bro, how you gonna? Come on, man. He's an NBA athlete. He's
Bro.
been on. Bro, he's an amazing player. Nate Robinson is a great player.
Nate Robinson.
And for somebody who's an athlete, bro, who's been an athlete for the rest of his life, bro, for him to adapt to a new sport is very easy, Devang.
Listen to me.
You know?
Nate Robinson, great basketball player. He dunks, you know, he's at 5'9".
Of course, bro. He's 5'9" and he dunks. He's dunked
dunks.
over Shaq.
But have you seen him hit the bag or do the pads? Today you will
No,
look at
man,
him and
I'm
you'll be
not.
like, man, stiff.
But the only reason why I say that he could win it because he was an NBA athlete, bro.
So what?
You
Jake
know?
Paul has had 2 fights.
That doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
Bro, Nate Robinson has played like 800 games.
But not as a boxer.
Yeah, but
You understand? You can't
but
be a
I'm
boxer
just
within a 2
I
month
understand.
period.
I completely understand. But how I'm putting it across is that he was already an athlete. So for him to just switch sports might be difficult, but he will adapt quickly.
Listen. My prediction for the Jake Paul fight. Listen to me. After I saw...
Come. Bro, I'm Nate, bro. You want to put money on this, bro? You want to put money, bro? 20 rupees?
No, you get a bottle.
Done, I'll get you a bottle.
Okay, done.
Come.
So if... what if, bro? I saw Nate Robinson hit the mitts. Okay. He's too stiff. And me... I know a little bit about boxing. I could tell he's stiff, bro. Like I could tell he's stiff, like he's just starting
Is
off.
that him just trying to show
So
he's stiff?
it seems like he's just in the first or second month of boxing. But obviously he's an athlete, bro. He's ripped. He has the
Right,
power.
bro, that's why I'm saying. That's why you can't write him off.
But you see Jake Paul hit the mitts. He's good. His basics are fluid,
Crisp.
and fluid. He boxes like a fluid boxer, bro. Nate Robinson is super stiff. Nate Robinson is losing by knockout, first or second round.
Nate Robinson by decision. I didn't know. Bro, I was thinking, fuck, should I just say Nate Robinson by knockout and just predict a specific round, or should I play it safe?
Okay, Jake Paul.
No, I'm just saying Nate Robinson's winning. I don't give a shit what round he's winning or whether he's getting knocked out.
Robinson, Jake Paul cannot be by decision. I challenge.
Yeah, I know that. I take that back, but I'm just saying Nate Robinson is winning.
Okay. So, chalo, this is one.
Yeah.
Then another big fight.
Bro, huge. That's
Okay,
why.
you have to say something to say?
No, all I'm saying is that we're going to discuss this. So you are Roy Jones Jr. and Jake Paul.
Yeah.
All right. My prediction is Mike Tyson
Yeah.
and Nate Robinson.
Okay, done.
Yeah. I'm like on the African American side.
But I have few more fights that I want to discuss. So listen to this. Another big fight, bro. Who you also like.
Dude,
Okay.
that's a fight I'm actually.
Yeah.
That's my number one.
Even
fight.
I'm more excited for this one.
What a fight.
September
What a
UFC.
fight. Goosebumps.
Israel Adesanya versus the Eraser Paulo Costa.
Oh my god.
Hit me with your prediction.
Bro, hit you with my prediction. Confused. I'm just very confused.
No,
I've
you
been-
have now.
they-
You
No,
decide.
let me at least tell you why I'm confused. Because, bro, of course, Israel Adesanya is that type of a character, is that type of a fighter.
The style bender.
That you can't hate him. Because he's so motivational when you hear about his stories that he's from Nigeria. And from Nigeria, he lived in different countries.
China,
Australia, speaks many languages.
Yeah.
And bro, like when you see him fight,
He's 19-0, undefeated.
you know, like that's that shit. Like it's in a video game, bro. He's that smooth,
Yeah.
right? And he's my favorite fighter right now. No Conor McGregor, nobody. Right now, I'm only tripping on Israel Adesanya because that guy is too good. But then walks in this gorilla.
13-0, undefeated.
This fucking gorilla walks in
The
and
Brazilian.
is erasing people, Devang. Erasing as in...
Mauling people,
Erasing
bro.
as in, you come.
You come.
My hands are down. Come fight.
This ain't gonna be a dance. This is gonna be a fight. Come.
I will brawl with you.
Yeah, I'll
You know,
brawl with you.
I will toe to toe, baby. Toe to toe, baby.
Center of the ring, baby.
You want to get hit? Come. I'll also get hit. I'm not worried about
Not
getting hit.
worried. Strong jaw.
So this is where...
Give me your prediction, man. Come on.
Shit.
Come on, bro.
Shit,
Come on.
Shit. Bro, I can't.
You have to. Come on.
Can't.
Say it.
I can't. It's too confusing.
No, you have to say it.
Israel Adesanya.
By?
Decision.
Yeah, same. My
Decision.
prediction is the same.
Decision.
But I feel Israel
But-
Adesanya is going to win second round by knockout. When Paul keeps going, he's going to counter him. That's
But
gonna be the
again, I would say that Paulo Costa is so strong and he's so big that he's almost double the size of Israel.
yeah,
You can say that.
Israel Adesanya calls him the steroid monkey.
Yeah, everyone does. But
Yeah.
yeah. But he's double the size. So my only concern is that if Paulo Costa connects once, one heavy punch, that he can get that one punch knockout. That's why I'm very confused. I'm very confused.
Paulo Costa has proved that he's strong,
Bro, and
he has a strong jaw.
and Paulo Costa is a great fighter.
Yeah.
Like great fighter.
But Israel has not. The thing is, his technique and style is so good. He's not been hit, and his jaw has not been tested like Paul.
Exactly.
But that's a good thing,
Exactly.
I feel.
All I'm saying is that fight is going to be phenomenal.
So I'm saying Israel in the second round by counter knockout.
You know what, bro? I love Israel so much, but deep down, I know Costa's going to win.
So make it, bro. The fuck's wrong with you? Make a decision. So are you saying Paul?
Shit, bro. Shit, I can't say Paul, bro. I can't. I want to say Paulo, but I can't.
No, just say it. So are you saying Paul?
I'm saying Paul, bro.
Then it has to be by knockout.
Knockout. Paulo
TKO.
knockout, bro.
Which round?
First round.
First round.
Because I know, Devang. I know if Israel takes him to the second, third round, no ways.
I'm saying Israel.
He's too big. He's too big.
I'm saying TKO Israel second round.
I'm saying Paulo first.
Okay. Another big fight.
Bro, it's fight season, huh?
Are you ready?
It's fight season.
Bro, the champ
Is back.
Khabib
Is back.
versus Justin Gaethje. Gaethje.
Gache.
So Justin also, he just proved himself fighting against Tony Ferguson. Good fight. But obviously Khabib is Khabib, 28-0.
So Of course.
Fight predictions, hit me.
Very sad to hear about Khabib's father passing away.
true.
So what I think is that
Emotional stress.
after this whole situation, I don't know how Khabib's going to pull up. Either he's going to come into the cage more motivated than ever and just destroy his opponent.
Okay.
Or he's going to be mentally unstable.
Okay.
Which happens.
Okay.
You know? So that's my one concern. That what is Khabib's mental state going to be? But knowing Khabib, no chance. His opponent stands
Khabib.
no chance. No chance.
Which round?
First round.
I'm saying third or fourth round.
First round knockout, I'm the same.
I'm saying third or fourth round.
And straight he's going to look up to the
Submission.
sky, bro.
Submission, third or fourth round. I'm saying. I feel. Because Justin is very strong, bro. He's
strong.
In his last fight, he took a lot of punches.
He's strong.
And he came back.
Actually, I'll take my decision back because I know Khabib's going to fight on the floor and wrestle.
Yeah.
And so I would take it. Yeah, I would go with the same prediction as you.
Submission.
I would go as the same prediction as you.
Okay, so third or fourth?
Third or fourth.
Submission.
Third or fourth.
And then another very good fight, bro, which is just coming up in August. Stipe Miocic, the heavyweight champ,
Correct.
versus the legend Daniel Cormier.
DC, baby.
And before you say anything, I want DC to win. And I predict Daniel Cormier in the fourth round.
Fourth round?
TKO. Yeah, because Stipe is very strong. Obviously,
Yeah, that guy can take punches.
it's a great fight because it's a trilogy. So the first two fights, the first fight DC won first round knockout, Stipe second fight won third round or fourth round knockout. So it's both fights are knockout fights. So
Correct.
this is a perfect, like the most beautiful trilogy.
Perfect setting.
Yeah,
Perfect. Dude, it's fight season, man.
fight season.
Fight
bro.
season, bro. Blessed.
Bless.
Are you happy with the fights not happening with audience or what?
Give me a prediction on this.
On what?
Stipe, Daniel. Who do you want?
Okay, so it's 1-1, right?
Yeah.
Stipe won, DC
Yeah.
won, right? I think DC will win and go out. He'll retire.
Yeah, but you're saying DC is winning.
DC.
Okay. chal.
Because I saw the fight and I was like, dude, DC is... But then again, Stipe is like an animal, man. He's like another Paulo Costa. He's just too...
But why are you confused?
Confused, bro. I'm telling you, I'm confused, bro. I don't know what's happening.
Make a decision. Let's move on. Come on.
Fuck.
Pick one,
I
bro.
think Stipe.
Stipe. Okay, Stipe.
Stipe.
He's also a legend, bro. I'll tell you that.
Stipe, you know.
So it's not
Because
a,
I think the
it's
pressure,
not a bad choice.
I think the pressure's on DC, bro,
Them-
not Stipe.
1000%
That's
the
why.
pressure's on DC
That's
for
right.
sure.
It's his last fight, so the pressure's on him. So I just don't know. And
100%.
Stipe is just gonna fight, man.
Stipe's whooped Francis Ngannou, so
Bro,
there's no
Ngannou.
pressure on Stipe.
My favorite
Yeah.
heavyweight, Ngannou.
Back to boxing. Our favorite Tyson Fury has just signed with Anthony Joshua next year. I think March or April.
What's happening, man?
Amazing, bro.
What's happening?
Kuch to positivity.
What's
Yeah, something to
happening,
look
bro?
forward to.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Pretty
so
great.
many fights.
Oh, so firstly, sorry. Tyson Fury has to fight Deontay Wilder for the trilogy. And so who's going to win that?
Bro, Tyson,
Tyson,
man.
for
Tyson is too good. Too
Next
good.
year,
Too
Anthony
good.
Joshua, Tyson Fury.
Close. But
Predicted.
Tyson Fury.
Round, knockout,
Tyson Fury.
decision.
Tyson Fury, bro. After we saw Anthony Joshua getting knocked down, bro, and like getting whooped. And then we saw Tyson Fury eating punches and then getting up like the Undertaker. Bro, there's no competition.
Majedar.
He is the best heavyweight on the planet right
Definitely, bro.
now. By far.
Completely agree
By
with you.
far. And
I
what
really
a
like him,
person.
and I like his
What a
personality.
personality, bro.
What a
He doesn't give a shit.
The Gypsy King.
He doesn't give a shit.
So come on, hit me with your prediction. Tyson Fury, what round?
Tyson Fury, 5th round. Yeah. Knockout.
Knockout.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go little later rounds, like 8th, 9th round. And then
Knockout?
Knockout.
Knockout, yeah.
That's what I would want. Yeah.
So no AJ, huh? No Anthony Joshua.
Bro, AJ, bro.
You think
I'm
he's-
sorry,
yeah.
bro.
But bro, wasn't AJ known
AJ
to be the face of heavyweight
man's-
boxing, bro?
Man's obviously the face of heavyweight boxing because look at him, bro. He's
He's a
look at-
poster boy.
Bro, he's a
I call
poster
him the
boy.
poster boy.
He's got a body of a bodybuilder and he's a boxer. So and Tyson Fury is a fatty, bro. He's a chubster. You understand? But Tyson Fury moves
And
swift.
that's why I like to support these guys.
Yeah.
You know that you don't need the looks and you don't need to look ripped. I'll still whoop your ass, boy.
Exactly.
Step into the ring.
So AJ looks crazy, bro. As you
Yeah.
said, he was the face of boxing,
Yeah.
but he didn't prove it. So I don't think AJ has any chance.
Who is the face of heavyweight boxing right now?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson
for
Fury,
sure.
yeah.
For
Tyson
sure,
Fury, and
bro.
before Tyson was it Deontay?
No.
No?
Deontay never got that.
But he was getting
Recognition.
there. He was getting there.
Because Deontay just has a strong hand.
Correct. One punch knockout.
Yeah, so the technique. But whatever you say, bro, I'm saying all this, but Deontay was 40 fights, 40 knockouts.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
No. I didn't know this shit, dude.
Yeah.
40 fights, 40 knockouts?
Yeah, and 40.
All his wins were knockouts.
Yeah, and then the first draw was with Tyson Fury.
Oh.
Yeah. And his first loss was with
so
Tyson
this
Fury.
is where it gets interesting.
Then he won another fight with Ortiz, some Ortiz guy. Some
Knockout?
Where he was losing 6 rounds.
And
6
one
rounds versus Ortiz. That guy, he was also a big fighter. He won 6 rounds against this guy. Deontay came, one punch, boom.
Oh.
Gone. Chalo, end of fight. And everyone was
Bro,
saying
is
that
it-
all 6 rounds Deontay lost. Boxing points wise, all he lost.
But that one punch turned it around.
Turned it around.
But do we see these one punch knockouts more in heavyweight?
Obviously.
In the heavyweight division,
Obviously.
of course, right?
See, heavyweight.
Compared to lightweight and featherweight and middleweight. And
There is a very good reason why heavyweight is very popular because not only their punching power is more, they can take more also.
And it's good to see two big gorillas going at each
at
other,
it,
bro.
full power.
Like like when you see a heavyweight boxing fight, you'll be like, dude, how are they taking such punches? Because they're both so big, right?
So it's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. That the
Oh, bro, that reminds me to ask you one question. The Mike Tyson fight with Roy Jones Jr.
Where is it?
It's in LA, no audience.
No audience.
So you think there should be an audience?
Bro, as of right now, like they say, beggars can't be choosers. You know what I'm saying? They are.
kya answer diya?
According to me, bro. According to me,
Oh, baap re.
at a time when things are not going right for a lot of people, 2020, I don't want to talk about 2020. Okay, you know what 2020 is. Okay, figure it out.
True.
Boss, don't make me talk about 2020 again. Yeah, and no more this COVID shit.
So you made me almost change my mind. Because
So Devang, what I think is that for you to watch Mike Tyson live
that's a gift enough.
during a time where anyways things are so fucked up, just take it. Don't even think about it.
Okay.
Don't even think about it. Don't even argue. Don't even complain.
Okay, you made me change my mind.
I'm
Because I had
glad.
some things to say about this.
I'm glad. But say them. Say them. Let's hear that.
Okay. So my point was that, see, Mike Tyson came up in the era of Tupac and all of that,
Oh,
you know.
love
So I
that
would
era.
like it that in a Mike Tyson fight, I would get to see the biggest celebrities and the celebrities
That's
also
true.
going a little crazy
Yeah, bro.
and the crowd going crazy. And
Bro, what I like to see, bro, are the celebrities, just watching the
also,
fight, bro.
also you want to see those celebrities going crazy, cheering,
Yeah.
And in a Mike Tyson fight, you know that one punch touches also and the whole crowd is going to be like, woo. And you want to see that, bro.
I absolutely want to see that, but this is where I tie it back. I don't think that this is Mike Tyson's last fight. I think he'll fight again.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he'll fight again. Bro, I think the next big thing is the celebrity boxing whole genre.
Bro,
Celebrity
celebrity boxing is going to be a big
I
thing.
think celebrity boxing will eventually overtake actual boxing.
It's possible.
Because it's fun to watch. You two big personalities and fighting it out.
And the thing is that these celebrities are also putting the time and effort into the sport. So in the beginning, everyone complained about Conor McGregor, but he fought against the greatest boxer and won a round also.
Then-
So whatever you say.
and whatever you say, dude, we've never seen that ever happen.
No.
Like-
He's connected punches with Floyd Mayweather. That
Wow.
one uppercut.
Wow.
So
wow.
you can say whatever
Wow.
you want. You can
Wow.
put him down, but the man connected a big punch against the greatest
Respect.
boxer. Mike Tyson says that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer in the last 100 years.
What?
Yeah.
He says that? But Mike Tyson said that, bro. I think Mike Tyson would say Ali.
Yeah, but he says it
Okay.
technically.
Like technically,
You
yeah.
understand?
Because he's
Like,
not got
Ali
hit
had
and
the heart.
yeah, Ali had the heart.
Cheers to Mike Tyson. Let's hope we have more fights, more entertainment, a positive year ahead. Salu.
We out.
GLE, we out. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.